There's someone in your life right now who's been taking from you for months, and you know it, and you're still gonna say yes the next time they ask for something, because there's this thing inside you that won't let you stop. And what's really messing with your head is that you can't figure out if you're being kind or if something's actually wrong with you. Because normal people can say no without their chest tightening up, but for some reason, you can't. Do you want to know why? Let's get into what's actually happening. Every time you say yes to helping someone, even when you're already overwhelmed, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, which are basically feel-good chemicals that make you feel valued and important for a few minutes. And that rush is what keeps you coming back, even when it's draining the life out of you. You're not addicted to helping people, but you're addicted to being needed. And those are two completely different things, because one is about caring for others, and the other is about filling a hole inside yourself that's been there for way longer than you realize. When you're busy solving their problems, you get to avoid dealing with your own. And your brain loves that because facing your own mess is uncomfortable and scary, and it requires you to sit with feelings you've been running from for years. So you fill up your schedule with other people's emergencies and other people's drama and other people's needs, and then you get to tell yourself you're just too busy to work on your own stuff, which is technically true, but also completely by design. Being needed keeps you in a position of power where you're the strong one and they're the struggling one. And as long as that dynamic exists, you never have to risk asking for help and hearing no, or asking for love and not getting it back, which is what you're really afraid of deep down. Now, I want you to think back to when you were younger, and I'm willing to bet there was a moment or a series of moments where you learned that your value came from what you could do for people, not from who you were as a person. Maybe you were the oldest kid and you had to grow up fast and take care of your siblings, and everyone praised you for being so mature and responsible. So you learned that being needed equals being loved. After years of this pattern, you're starting to notice something that probably makes you feel guilty. You start to resent the people you help, not in an obvious way, but in this quiet way where you're keeping score of every time you showed up versus every time they didn't. But here's the twist. They don't know you're keeping score because you never told them what you needed. You never set boundaries, and you never gave them a chance to show up for you because you're so used to being the strong one that asking for help feels like admitting defeat. So you're mad at them for not reading your mind, and you're mad at yourself for not speaking up. And you're trapped in this cycle where you keep giving more to prove your worth, but the more you give, the less valued you actually feel, which makes you give even more to try to fill that gap. So the next time someone asks you for help, before you automatically say yes, take one breath and finish this sentence in your head. If I say yes to this, what am I saying no to for myself? Because that's the reality you've been ignoring. Every yes to someone else is a no to your own time, your own energy, your own needs, and your own life. And once you start seeing this clearly, saying no stops feeling like you're being selfish and starts feeling like you're finally being honest. And the people who truly care about you will respect that boundary. And the ones who get upset or suddenly disappear were never really there for you anyway, which is painful to learn, but necessary if you want real relationships instead of transactional ones. If you've been living like this and you're exhausted from it, hit that subscribe button right now and comment below. Tell me one thing you're going to say no to this week, just one thing, because I want to see you actually start choosing yourself.